Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're tuning in today, I am doing a video on DMX. A lot of people have wanted to know, what's the tea, what is going on. If you don't know, he was recently, in the headlines for something that wasn't as pleasant. He supposedly had a heart attack. He overdosed. He's had a battle with, substances, etc. I'm not here to cast any judgment. But I am going to kind of use my tarot today. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot to kind of give you the tea of what I see, basically what Spirit has to say. So get your tea, get your, your coffee, get your snacks, and just have a moment with me. Sit down. We're going to talk about that, and I'm going to give you everything that I see and hear from Spirit. I think it's very, very important to talk about this because a lot of people don't want to talk about this subject. Addictions are very real. The devil's very real. He is working overtime right now in the world, trying to ruin souls. So we need to keep DMX in our prayers, regardless if you don't like him, regardless if you don't even know who he is. Just keep the man in your prayers, okay? Because he's been through it. He's lucky to be alive as of right now. But there's a lot of, I'm sure, like, things that I will be uttering in this reading that will be giving you the tea. I don't know anything about like who he's married, if he has kids or anything like that. I did listen to some of his songs when I was growing up. There was a couple of things like in the early 2000s, I think, but I don't listen to his music as of right now. But I do know that who he is. He's like a pioneer in the community and well respected by a lot of different rappers. So we're getting into that. Look, the first card I pull out, and I'm going to show you the cards, the Devil card, okay? So evil is working overtime. I told you this, and I cannot make it up. The Devil card. To me, the Devil card sometimes can represent like a toxic relationship because it is like the opposite of the Lover's card in the tarot. But for me, I kind of feel like this actually represents, the darker aspects of his mind, where it was before the overdose. Maybe a lot of anxiety that he's dealing with. Maybe some financial worries that we're not aware of as the public, which is none of our business. But these are things that I feel like have become very overwhelming for DMX. Not to mention if there's any legal battles or things that have been looming in the past and how people have treated him in the past. When you have money, when you have worked very hard, some people they see you more as dollar signs rather than actually a human being. And that's just the way it is in the celebrity world. And he is what we would call a celebrity. Then we have the magician, magic, witchcraft. I've said this before, and people think that I'm crazy because it sounds repetitive, but dark people are, people that are invested in magic and voodoo and things like that. They're working like that. Now, traditionally, the magician doesn't necessarily mean that, but the fact that I got the Devil card and the magician card together, for me, makes me feel, and how I interpret it from the messages from Spirit, is that there was some type of demonic, and I believe it was voodoo. I don't believe it was witchcraft. I think it was voodoo again, that is and we're seeing magic. A lot of witches that these could be women that had a thing for him, people that don't like him in the industry, but they're not going to try to take him out, using violence or anything like that. They work more on the spiritual side, because sometimes the spiritual, when people are aware of your weaknesses, like people around him would know, or people that were formerly around him, they know what your weaknesses are, right? They know that maybe you have a substance problem, or that you battle with depression or whatnot. And when you have those kind of weaknesses and people know those weaknesses, they use it against you, and they will use it in the form of spiritual warfare, which is in the form of voodoo, witchcraft, black magic. So I feel like it was voodoo, quite possibly black magic. The next card I have here is the Nine of Pentacles. So again, we see a lot of focus on money. Where is his career going from here on out? Was this just a publicity stunt, or was he really actually having this? I actually feel like he did actually go through these physical problems and the OD. I don't feel like they were lying about that. I don't feel like they've lied about, in this case, about his health concerns and stuff. I do feel like he has mistreated his body over time. Throughout the years, he's put things into his body, and he hasn't rested very well enough. So this is all caught up to him. I do feel like he may have had blood pressure issues as well, but typically, sometimes we see among the men, the male community, that a lot of men go undiagnosed, or they just don't care because it's high blood pressure and they think they can control it, etc. But I feel like there's a problem with that. There is the King of Pentacles here as well. So this is an older male out there. And this could actually be somebody that is in the industry as well, that, like a brother support system, a fellow colleague that is trying to help him in some kind of way after all of this. So many communication is going on right now. 8 of Wands. So much communication is going on. It's crazy. I'm feeling like he doesn't have any kind of privacy. I just kind of feel like it's a very stressful situation that he's going through right now. And I do feel like his health is I don't know, I keep hearing procedures, so there may be a procedure that he has to have done. This could be like some tests or some kind of results that only the family or immediate family members would know, but I kind of pick up that with him. I also feel like there's a lot of stress around him, people that have been stressing him out. This is not current. This has been ongoing. These are disputes, arguments, text messages, things that have really, for him going forward, if he does, make it out through all of this. And again, the reason I say if he is because I'm not God. And as I'll never pretend to be God or think that that because I have a gift that comes from God and that I know all the answers, so that I have all the answers. As a psychic, as a medium, I'm just a channeler of the messages from God. And again, it is up to him. He has the final say, and only he knows. But I feel like, again, for him, what I got from that card, what Spirit is saying is that from this point on, he has to be very careful with stress. He cannot be in a very stressful environment. He has to take care of himself better, because the stress is only going to aggravate the onset of symptoms, or the things that he already has been having since this, post overdose and heart attack or stroke, whatever he had. It is cardiovascular related, though. I do pick up like the torso area, so I do feel like there are some serious issues that are not being discussed, and they probably won't be discussed, because again, that's none of our business. And really and truly, people are like, well, you say it's none of your business, Ray, why are you spreading the tea? Because I'm trying to bridge that gap between the spirituality and actually what happens, what is happening with DMX. People want to know, my fans want to know, you guys want to know. Even if you're not a fan of me, you may be a fan of DMX. And so I'm going to be very respectful throughout this reading. I don't have anything against DMX. Judgment card, again, he is still in that point, where he is feeling judged by a lot of people, because a lot of people are talking, especially when you have substance abuse problems or you have mental health issues. You are put in that spotlight where people try to basically expand on that and try to create narratives and stories that are false. So don't believe everything that you're seeing out in the media. Not everything is true that is being put out in the media. I feel like that's a very important message here, to not come from a place of judgment. Ace of Cups tells me he has a lot of love, though, a lot of divine guidance and angels that are protecting him from this darkness that is going on. He is loved by many, many people, celebrities alike, as well as just fans from all over the world. And there are people that are holding vigils, and I say vigils even though he hasn't passed or anything, but like kind of like ceremonies or like prayer sessions for him. There are pastors that are having prayer sessions for him, people of religious faith that are having prayers for him. The High Priestess tells me, again, there are people, there is a woman in his life that is very, very intuitive, and she does kind of know something. I do feel like the media is not going to know of this, but apart from the overdose and whatever happened, again, there was something else that happened that alluded, or that led to where he is right now, in that situation. Did he potentially die? I will say this, and I've said it before, I do believe this was an exit point for him. He is not the same person that he was. I feel like he's entirely different, and he is going to be on a more spiritual journey, finding the answers and establishing that faith with God, because he's lucky, honestly, to be alive, since he didn't make it from that situation that recently happened. But I do feel like, again, he has a woman at his side that's very intuitive, and this is not, even though it's a High Priestess, it's not a witch. I kind of feel like this is just someone that's very intuitive that cares about him. Look, this is what's going to get it. I don't know if he's in a relationship now, or you guys can tell me in the comment section, but there is somebody that cares about him, and this is where the focus is going to be, and where the main healing is going to come from, which is going to be that relationship, or that female, that partner that it cares for him. Somebody cares deeply for him, and I do feel like it's a female energy, and I do feel like she's very, very strong, and she sees things very, very clearly. For him, he's not going to be very, very happy coming out of this. Like when he recovers fully, there's still going to be more recovery. There's still going to be a procedure that needs to be done. I kind of feel like, again, he needs to watch his blood pressure, even his blood sugar and things like that. Never, think about a person being thin and not having blood issues or, blood sugar issues, etc. But his mind is full of kind of like worries and concerns after all of this, transpires. The Hierophant tells me, again, that connection to the source, turning more spiritual or looking to a spiritual leader, someone that kind of helps them, because I feel like there's going to be a conversation that only he knows that he has with maybe a bishop or with somebody that is like a religious deacon or somebody, a pastor, somebody that comes in and kind of tries to give him some blessings and really help him see. The Eight of Swords tells me, though, that he still will feel trapped and there will still be temptations. There will still be some things that he's dealing with after the fact of all of this. Addictions are not something that normally will go away. And people think only, young people are addicted to drugs or alcohol and things like that. You'd be surprised that a lot of the people that are baby boomers that are in the 50s, 60s, 70s are actually the majority of the people that actually have addictions. Why? Because, again, they have gone through, maybe all their children grew up and they left the nest and now they're by themselves and they have financial burdens. Maybe they are going through a midlife crisis. Maybe they are now feeling very, very isolated and lonely. Like I said, there's various reasons, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, that put them in that situation when you get to a certain age, and they find a route to deal with it, a way to escape the reality that they're in. The Two of Pentacles tells me, again, that there is some choices that need to be made. There's like a cycle here. Some of it is stressful, some of it is not, some of it's like up in the air. This could be with his money, his children, or if he has children. Again, I don't know what his family consists of, but I kind of feel like there are children, perhaps. And then the Ten of Wands tells me there is like a move that is going to be done. This could be like in his career itself. But I do feel like there is going to be maybe like a something around his music that is concerned. This could be like a new opportunity or some kind of tribute eventually. And then I get the Three of Pentacles. So again, a lot of teamwork, people coming together to work with him. Like I said, even though he's gone through all of this, I feel like again, only God knows the reason why he went through this, and we have to keep him in a positive way. Ten of Swords tells me, again, feeling very, very lonely, feeling kind of used, feeling almost like people are using this story and situation to their own benefit. But the Four of Wands tells me, again, that there is some creativity here, that there is some planning. He is going to kind of bounce back from this potentially. There is a way to bounce back from this, but it will take some time, and it will take a lot of love from the people that care about him the most, okay? And then I have the Eight of Pentacles here. So again, a lot of focus on career, money. Where does he go from now? Where did the investments go? What are the options here? There's a lot of different options, but most of all, strength. And notice that this is a female, okay? Some female that cares about him is going to have to carry the weight and be very, very strong. And then I kind of get here the Seven of Cups. So again, a lot of different decision making and choices that he has to make. It's very interesting because I didn't get anything here like the Moon card. Again, getting clarity, dealing with the darker aspects of one's life. So overall, I feel like, again, he is being tested by the universe. This was just a test. God maybe allowed it to happen for whatever reason so that he could make a change. And change that path and get higher or greater aligned with God and with Source, and also, wake up the world that, because God uses people. I'm a very firm believer. God will use certain people and their situations to be a testament for the world, or to help other youth or people that that are having the same problems as he is, that they're not alone, and that this is the potential consequence of your actions, or the potential outcome if you continue on that life path. So again, I feel like God used DMX and his situation in many ways to help people change around the world and bring some light and shed some light onto a lot of this that is being swept under the rug or is not spoken about in social media, by the media, etc. So if you have a problem out there, know that you're not alone. Get some help, seek out some help, talk to a friend. You know, don't get to that point where you think that, oh, your life is not worth living, or that things are, you know, the pressure is so great that you have no hope and you want to take the easy way out. You know, whatever the situation that you're going through, I send you love, blessings, and angel hugs. So I hope that all of you are doing well. Thank you again to you know, for coming to this channel, for requesting any celebrities. If you have any other celebrities you want me to read, leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, let's send some prayers out to DMX and his entire friends and family, and healing to them. All right, guys, I love you. God bless you, and thank you again for being here. Bye.